Whoa, 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 whoa. Why y'all so happy?
You don't know. Sharvette Mitchell is on the radio.
It's time to get motivated, excited, and influenced. Why? It's the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, live from Richmond, Virginia. And now, here to motivate, excite, and influence you, Sharvette Mitchell.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, broadcasting from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia. But guess what? Heard all across the World Wide Web. Hey, guys. Hey, dolls. Hey, gents. Thank you so much for tuning in and checking us out here on the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. And listen, I am telling you, this show, you want to keep it locked right here. We've got some phenomenal guests that are coming up on the show. But listen, follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Sharvette. Love to connect with you. I'll follow you back, and we can tweet together. Let's connect on Facebook, facebook.com/Sharvette. Just click the follow button. And certainly, all else fails, to get the inside scoop on all of our shows and our guests and their pictures and bios and links and all that good stuff, just go to Sharvette.com. See, very simple. Kept it really simple for you. So, again, we're excited that you took the time out of your schedule to check us out and tune in. And you know the goal of my show is to motivate, excite, and influence, and we're going to do just that. So let's go ahead and jump right on into our first segment. I've got our guest hanging out with me in the virtual green room. He is a husband. He's a father. He's the author of 5 books. He hosts 2 podcasts. He's a relationship coach. He's a social media strategist. Oh, my goodness, with Kairos Social. You've heard of the Doctor of Love show, and he's here today to chat it up with us, and we're excited to have Shon Hyneman. Welcome to the show, Shon. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. I'm excited to be a guest on today's show. What an honor.
Listen, it is fabulous. I had an opportunity to hang out with you on blab.im not too long ago, and that was really fun.
Oh, yeah, I have fun. You helped my audience so much with the social media. And, of course, I had to continue to share it because you gave away a wealth of information. We should have charged people for that one, but we gave it away for free. That was an awesome show.
Wonderful. And for those that are listening in saying, what is a blab? What is blab? Tell them a little bit about that platform, which is really a new kind of social media platform.
Yeah, Blab it's kind of like Periscope and kind of like Meerkat, but it's virtual where you have more than one person in the room. That's the difference opposed to Periscope. So you almost have this kind of Brady Bunch kind of feel where there's 4 people in one virtual room, if you will, and you basically discuss topics, and it's an awesome platform to meet people across the world. I've made some awesome connections on Blab, and I've only been on Blab for maybe like 2 to 3 months. So wow. I would say check it out.
All right, check it out. So let's talk first about, we're still in the season of love and all that good stuff, and I know that you do some really great interviews around the Doctor of Love show using the Blab platform. So let's talk about how did you get into relationship coaching?
It's always been a passion of mine. It's been, even when I was a teenager, I would read just like relationship books. I guess it's just always been in me, but it's something that especially since I got married, I've been married for over 14 years now. So that really helped me in my process of understanding one woman. So it's just always been a passion of mine. So, and I love to read on relationships. I love studying people. So that's pretty much how I really got into the whole relationship coaching thing.
Well, and big shout out to your wife. Shout out to her on allowing you to not allowing, I shouldn't say it that way, to partnering with you in this. Partnering in this with you. Mm-hmm. Because it's one thing to have a relationship, healthy relationship, and to even be a relationship coach. But then when you go to the the Doctor of Love show, that's taken it to another level.
Most definitely. Shout out to my wife, Londina, who's definitely been supportive throughout the years. I mean, we've been doing this since 2008, so it's really been a while how time flies. So I appreciate her holding me down and even just being on most of the shows. She can't make every show, but supporting me in that process and giving me the space to operate.
Well, and so the Doctor of Love show has some really cool topics, how to look good and feel good, what do you do with a marriage that's boring, is dressing classy, has that gone out of scene and out of style?
Out of style.
Super Bowl and relationships, whoa. The pros and cons of singleness. So you cover a lot of things. What's your most favorite topic really to talk about? That's PG.
For
this
some
audience.
of the shows some shows can be. But anyway, I think it's really. I think being content as a single. I do a lot of those shows because the show is really for marriage preparation, and of course we talk about marital topics, but it's the whole marriage preparation process. I love bringing on guests. They don't have to be big name guests. They just really got to have a heart for what they do and help changing lives. So I love talking about being content while single because, there's so many singles that want to get married. They can't wait to get married. But I'm like, what do you do when you can be content in your singleness and be happy? So I love talking about that.
All right, so I'm going to put you on the spot to give some tips and some suggestions just based off of your, just helping singles and those that are preparing to get married. So I'd love to hear 3 tips that you have for men that are single, not with someone not married, and 3 tips for ladies. What do you say to those different audiences?
Wow. Well, for men, I would definitely say you want to make sure that you have your profession in place. Make sure that you're working and doing those kind of things and taking care of yourself. I always tell. Let's just talk about basic things. And of course, just having that personal relationship with God. I think that is so important as a man when he grows and matures, and especially when he gets into wanting to marry a young lady, and seeing how God cares for him as a man and how his role as a man and how he should look for his family. So those really are the two. But and then the third one I will say is pursuing your dreams. Pursuing your dreams, and not to put your life on hold. And this kind of go for men and women because I think a lot of singles put their life on hold waiting for someone to show up and think everything is going to change, So, live your life. Don't just wait and think that marriage is going to fix everything because it's not. So those are kind of the 3 for men. They're kind of similar for women, but I think my biggest thing for women is pursuing your dreams, not putting your life on hold. I think they kind of go both ways for men and women in that area. But pursuing your dreams, that is huge because there's so many people, because you can be married and lonely. People think that marriage is going to solve everything. So I'm like, don't put your life on hold. Live your life, and you never know. You might meet that someone while in the process of pursuing, everything that God has in store for you. So.
All right. Phenomenal advice right there. While people are listening, tell them how they can follow you on social media.
On social media, my last name is kind of hard to spell. Is Hyneman. That's my last name. So I always tell people if you just Google Shon, my name is spelled Shon. If you just type that in, you will see my last name Hyneman and everything because I do social media and I teach relationships. So you get everything when you just Google my name. I have a wealth of information online. So if you just type in Shon, my name is spelled Shon, and then the search will automatically put my last name in there, and you're like, oh, okay, that's him. then you
okay,
can
I
pretty much
found
find
them.
me. Mm-hmm.
And listeners, we've been tweeting and Facebooking, so those are easy connection points for you. And also, if you're hanging out on Sharvette.com, we have the full bio and picture and links and all that good stuff right there available for you. And so you have you have several books out, but you have a book out, Love and Football: How to Play on the Same Team with Your Spouse. What's the premise behind that?
It's really being teammates, learning how to play together in a marriage. And I do have a chapter in the book for singles as well called The Draft. You making that transition from singleness to marriage, but it's really about playing together, about learning to get through life together, knowing that it's not all about you. And because marriage is like the ultimate team sport, just like football. So it's really about learning how to sacrifice and to give of yourself, and using a lot of football analogies in the process. An example would be, I don't know if you like football or not, Sharvette.
Yeah.
I don't know, but so you'll get the terminology then. A quick example would be, you can see a quarterback and a wide receiver maybe on the sideline. They're arguing at each other because the wide receiver was wide open, quarterback threw him the ball, and he drops it. They're on the sideline going off. But the cool thing about it is they still play on the same team, and the quarterback doesn't give up on the receiver. They can run that same play again, and the results can be different. He'll catch the ball this time. So I'm saying all that to say that sometimes it's easy to drop the ball in life, whatever that is. Maybe you didn't pay the bill. Maybe you didn't buy her the roses, whatever it is. But you don't give up on that person.
Oh, that's
good.
You
learn how to give to him again. You learn to go back to him again. We're going to do this again, and we're going to get it right. So that's kind of just a little snippet from the book. But, yeah, it's about being together and getting through obstacles together in life.
And what I love about it is that equally, I think men can relate and women can relate. Now, when you were writing it, did you have in mind, okay, this is for the fellas?
Yeah, I did, but there's a lot of women football fans out there who love the book, because my wife helped me co-write the book. So there are some things that she said that have some points specifically for women. So it isn't just geared towards men, but there's a lot of things that the ladies can relate to as well.
All right, so y'all pick it up, Love and Football: How to Play on the Same Team with Your Spouse. And, Shon, how can they get a hold of that?
Yes, they can go to lovedoctor.sales.com. They could just go there and they can get the ebook from there. And the ebook is only $5, so it's an easy read but powerful information. So they can go to lovedoctorshow.sales.com. Lovedoctorshow.sales. Mm-hmm.
There you go. There you have it. And do you have other books you want to let the listeners know about?
Oh, yes. I have 5 of them. I'm working on another book now, my autobiography. But my 2 other books that does really well, I have a book entitled It's the Woman You Gave Me, and it's why we play the blame game in our relationships, parents and past. And it's kind of based off of what God said to Adam once Adam screwed up in the garden. That was Adam's first excuse. So that's that book. And I also have a book called Wisdom: Preventing Problems Before They Happen. And the book is based on what can you do if you could just simply prevent problems in your life. Like, there's a lot of red flags I believe we see, but we just think that we're the exception opposed to the rule.
Yeah. And
the results comes out the same way as if something happened to someone else, and we think that we're the exception. And I think that's what gets us in trouble a lot of times. So those are 2 books that really does well, especially for people who love relationships and things of that nature.
All right, so check them out, check them out, check them out. And certainly they can, again, go to the main website. And what's the main website for the Doctor of Love show?
Yes, the main website is drloveshow.com. And I have weekly podcasts. The Dr. Love Show comes on every week. Airs on iTunes, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio, so it's easy to find. But they can go there, have a wealth of information, a podcast, blogs, all kind of good stuff. So drloveshow.com.
All right, check it out, check it out. And if you just tuned in, hey there, you're listening to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, broadcasting from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia, but heard all across the World Wide Web. We're here with our featured guest, Shon Hyneman, husband, father, author of 5 books, writing another one, host of 2 podcasts, relationship expert, and social media strategist, hanging out with us here. So, Shon, we've got to talk about Kairos Social. First of all, where did you get that title?
Yes, the title is basically the Greek word for time. Kairos, it's this God-appointed time. It's this time that you're supposed to embrace and take advantage of. So that's where the name really came from. I love time because you can always pick up a paycheck, but you can't get time back. So the whole thing with Kairos Social is basically saving small business owners and entrepreneurs time. And that comes from I can either manage your social media accounts or just giving you some tips and strategies to basically save your time on social media so you don't have to sit in front of a computer all day trying for service. So that's what I do there pretty much. Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. And don't you find that most entrepreneurs, small businesses, I won't even throw in ministries and et cetera, the main struggle, the main complaint is I don't have the time to do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So that's what we do. We saving you time. We helping solve problems. And I just finished my first online course called How to Crush It on Social Media While Working a Full-Time Job. And I show in this video series what I do in the process of promoting my products or service or just being on social media because people think I'm on there 24/7.
Right.
Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. But just through tips and strategies and automation, how to create content. It's just a wealth of information, so I'm excited about that.
All right, wonderful. So where can listeners find out more about that new product?
Yes, they can go to kairosocial.com, and that's with a K. That's kairosocial.com.
All right, there you go. So let's give some tips and some ideas to those that are listening. Of a lot of small business owners and aspiring speakers and authors, and I'd love to hear maybe 5 tips of things that they should think about when it comes to their social media. And you know, quite frankly, even if they want to turn their social media over to someone else, I have found you still got to do a little bit of work. You can't just turn over a blank page that has no likes, no nothing. So let's give what are some baseline things, and even if they want to work with someone like you, what things should they have in place?
Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, they should have a website. It's funny how some people are still struggling with trying to get a website. I mean, you can create it yourself. It don't take much. But it's 2016, but you'll be surprised. I'm
not surprised. As a web designer, I am not surprised. And for those that are saying, I can't create it myself, no problem. Stop by SharvetteMitchell.com. We can help you out. Shameless plug.
I know that's right. Connect with Sharvette.
Yes.
Yes. Website. And making sure you have your domain name. These are basic, simple things that I think that people really they should have in place already. But the third one, I believe, is a huge issue that most people deal with is not creating content. Blogging, this can come in forms of video, podcasts. I mean, there's so many different ways, slide shares, different things that you can do that you can promote your product or your content through a blog or a video. So those are that's number 3. Number 4 is to make sure that you know your niche market. Like, who are you trying to market to? Some people just think they jump on social media and just post a bunch of stuff.
Right.
And wonder why no one is buying from them. So know your audience. And then number 5 is, and I know this sounds funny, but get on Google+. Google+ has worked wonders for me. A lot of times, I call it the redhead stepchild of social media.
Yeah.
But Google+ is not dead, but it's free traffic. You can't beat that. You really don't have to pay to play so much as you would have to do on Facebook. But I've generated great leads being on Google+ and the communities and different things like that. So those are my 5.
And you know what? You encouraged me to be on Google Plus more. So I definitely can attest that you've been preaching that. And I remember you preaching that. So I'm like, I've got to do more on Google Plus. So I have been doing more. So that is wonderful there. What do you think about video and the trend of live video as it pertains to social media?
I love it. There's so many people that say I'm camera shy, and get over it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Pull out your phone. Go ahead and jump on Blab. I guess I'm promoting Blab. But I love video because it helps people get to know you personally. Blogs are great, but video, people just feel like they're a little bit closer to you. They get to see your gestures, your hand movements, your eyes, different things like that. So I'm a big fan of video. But the thing is, you don't have to do a lot. Like, you could just talk about some things that you're dealing with and grow your audience right there.
There you go. And it can be, simple things. You don't have to plan to be on there for like an hour, right? You could do a quick one.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
People's attention spans are short.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I think video helps for attention spans. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree. I think that's why it's important to have a good headline. When you're doing video, I think that's huge. Because if you're solving a problem, people will watch it. They will watch the video all the way through. And that's what I kind of like about Facebook, because they let you promote your product after the video is over, so that's pretty cool.
Yes, absolutely. So listeners, jump on it, get on it. Again, how can they connect and follow Kairos Social and all that good stuff?
Yes, they can go to the website at kairosocial.com, and that's with a K, Kairos Social, all one word, .com.
.com. All right. And so you've got Facebook, you've got Twitter, Periscope, you got Google+. Have you heard of any others that are like up and coming that people should keep their eye out on?
I know I don't want to sound like I'm on a bandwagon, but I like Snapchat.
Okay.
It's growing tremendously, and a lot of times people thought Snapchat was just for millennials, but Snapchat is powerful, especially if you're trying to connect with teenagers or younger people. But it's growing so fast. There's a lot of brands that's starting to catch on to Snapchat. But I like it. I mean, it's fun. It lets you really express you with the filters, and you get to write on the screen, and it's pretty cool. But I do like Snapchat because it allow you to tell this story, and the rate of retention rate is great on Snapchat.
Okay.
People actually watch the videos. Yeah.
All right, so there's your hot tip. If you're not on Snapchat, go ahead and get on. How can they follow you on Snapchat?
Yes, they could just look up my name. My name is all Shon Hyneman. My everywhere, Shon. It's SHON dot, my last name is Hyneman. That's HYNEMAN. And again, once you type in my first name, SHON, the rest will pop up.
All right, there you go. Hot off the press, the trend that he's recommending. So there you go, there you go. Well, the goal of my show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And we want to know what continues to motivate you.
Ooh, what continues to motivate me? What doesn't motivate me? I love life. I know, I love living. I love being in health and strength. But, of course, my family motivates me. And then my age motivates me, too, because I'm getting a little bit older. So that's always some great motivation for me. But just doing for my family, being able to help others, help change lives, to get an email or to get, someone sending you something in the mail, it's priceless. To know that you've helped change lives. So that's really what helps keep me inspired and motivated.
Phenomenal. Well, gosh, our time has flown by, but certainly we appreciate you. We thank you so much openly on the show, all of your support of the show. You, retweet me and tweet and all that on Twitter. So we appreciate that support, and we certainly just wish you much more continued success.
Thank you, Sharvette. I appreciate you having me as a guest today.
All right, you are quite welcome. All right, listeners, so we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then once we come back, we are going to be into our second segment. So I don't want you to move. Matter of fact, I want you to jump on Facebook, jump on Twitter, jump on Periscope, jump on wherever, and tell them to come check out the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. We'll be back right after this quick commercial break.
It's the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Sharvette will be back after this.
Hello, we are 123jobzone.com, an online job search portal. We are user-friendly, and if you're searching for a job, with us, it's easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1, go to www.123jobzone.com and register as a job seeker. Step 2, once registered, upload your resumes. Step 3, get connected with employers looking for people like you who are ready and willing to work. Don't forget to follow 123 Job Zone on Twitter and Facebook to find out more about our upcoming job fairs. What are you waiting for? Stop by 123jobzone.com today. Good luck with your job search.
Introducing contemporary gospel artist Diani with the new hit debut single titled The Blood on Rayner Records.
Though they slay me, crucify me, I have been washed in your blood. I'm reading.
Purchase Diani's new hit single on iTunes, Amazon in February. Once again, be sure to check out contemporary gospel artist Diani with the new hit debut single titled The Blood on Rayner Records. Follow Diani on Twitter, Facebook by going online to DianiMusic.com. That's spelled DeoniMusic.com. That's DianiMusic.com.
Does your church or ministry have a website? Are you a local artist or author that has an established web presence? If you answered no to any of these questions, you're letting countless opportunities pass you by. Hi, I'm Sharvette Mitchell. Mitchell Productions was created with your needs in mind. We will provide you with stylish and economical online marketing solutions. From email marketing to your own website, Mitchell Productions caters to ministries, nonprofits, small businesses, and special events. Check out our portfolio at mitchell-productions.com. In today's world, a website is not a luxury, it's a necessity. And Mitchell Productions can create your website in a stylish manner at a very economical price. Don't let business, customers, or new congregation members pass you by. Visit Mitchell Productions today at www.mitchell-productions.com. Let us showcase your organization to the world.
Spiritual Food for Thought, 31 inspirational quotes to jumpstart your day by LaTanya Boyd, consists of inspirational messages that offer daily words of empowerment, promotes spiritual growth and development in the Lord Jesus Christ for your day-to-day living. Spiritual Food for Thought, 31 inspirational quotes to jumpstart your day. Available now on Kindle, ebook, and paperback. Log on to www.latboyd.com.
She's here to motivate, excite, and influence you. She's Sharvette Mitchell. It's the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show with in-depth interviews from today's leading authors, gospel artists, stars that you want to know about. And now, Sharvette Mitchell.
All right, welcome. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, broadcasting from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia. But we are heard all across the World Wide Web, and so we're super excited to have you guys joining us here on the show for our second segment. Listen, the virtual studio is packed jam for this second segment. I'm getting ready to run to the virtual green room and bring all of our guests up to the mic right now. So listen, we are really excited. This is a special segment that is really highlighting, a tribute to a dynamic young lady, Pastor Latrice Crawley, and we are really excited to have her mother, Pastor LaFran, is joining us. She's the founder of A Mother's Love Diva Debutante, and so you're going to get to hear all about it. We have the first vice president of the organization. We have the second vice. We have the executive secretary. We have an original member of Defining Daughters. You're going to get to hear all about that. We have one of the mothers of one of the diva debutantes. So listen, we just have a whole bunch, and I'm going to just let you all hear all about it. So let's run up to the mic. I'm going to bring up to the mic first, Pastor LaFran. I'm bringing her up to the mic right now on the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Hello, Pastor LaFran. Welcome. You are live. All right. Can you hear us? We can't hear you. All right, let's do this. While we're getting her mic taken care of, I'm just going to open up all of the mics for all of our guests. So I know we have Yvette on the line. I know that we have Minister LaShawn here, Pastor Stefan. Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Hello. How are you?
God bless you. Hello.
All right, we got some voices. Yes. So glad to have all of you here. Do we have Pastor LaFran yet?
Yes, I'm here, Sharvette.
All right, perfect. We've got to start out with you. So let me have you kind of share. I'd love for you to talk a little bit about the organization that you have founded, and really, tell us about A Mother's Love.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity, Sharvette. It's a blessing to be on the show and to be in your company.
Oh, you're welcome.
I just want to let everybody know how A Mother's Love came about. It was a vision that God gave me after my mother passed and my daughter, Latrice Crawley. So I was talking to God one day, having a conversation with him, and I was just crying. I was like, God, why? Why is this happening? You took my mother, you took my daughter, and I'm just lost. And I heard the voice of God say, I took them because you had to do my spiritual work. God, I'm a jokester. And now I'm like, well, God, couldn't you have done this a better way? And so then he kept talking to me. He said, well, you're a nurturer. You're a nurturer by birth. You've been a nurturer since you was a little girl. I always used to babysit and have the young ladies around me and teach them how to be young ladies. We went out and we did good things together, and I prayed with them, and I led them to all kinds of organizations, the Girl Scouts, youth groups, that they would be able to participate and grow and be the young ladies of God that they were intended to be. So once I went through losing the two of them, God started to me, and he said, you're going to be a nurturer of other women, a nurturer of children. I know when Pastor Crawley was growing up, my house was always filled with all her friends. And I often wondered why, and everybody would say, why are the girls all over your house? And that's because I could relate to them. And I listened to them, and they shared things with me, and I guided them. So God said, now your nurturing instincts have got to be used to nurture those, especially in the world at this time.
Wonderful. We certainly, salute you for that. You could have stayed in a place of grief, you could have just stayed there, but you have decided to turn that around and help someone else. So you've got a team that's helping you with all of this. So I'd love to just have everyone kind of just introduce themselves and just talk a little bit about what a mother's love means to them and why it's special and important. So we'll start with Pastor Stefan.
God bless you. Yes, my name is Pastor Stefan Benz. I currently reside in Indianapolis, Indiana. I met Pastor LaFran through my sister Latrice. I met LaFran I came to Virginia, and me and Latrice had been talking. We had connected, and she told LaFran, "This is my brother. This is your new son." And LaFran has loved me just like she birthed me since that day.
Wow.
So it's a pleasure loving her. So when God gave her a mother's love, I counted a blessing that she called upon me to be of assistance. I'm just looking for great things for the ministry. Most of all, even though we're doing this in honor of Latrice, we're looking for souls to be saved, delivered, and set free.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us. Minister LaShawn Gray Tyler, would you like to share?
Absolutely. Hi, Sharvette. Nice being on the radio with you.
Hello.
Thank you for the opportunity again. With Pastor LaFran, I met Pastor LaFran also through Latrice. Of course, Latrice and I had a very close relationship. And when you have that type of bond or relationship, when you love one, you love them all. So Pastor LaFran was one who always adopted whoever Latrice brought into the family. She adopted them as her own. So being a part of a mother's love, when this vision came to pass, it fell so close in line with designing daughters as far as Latrice's vision with empowering young women and being a part of their lives. And now a mother's love and having the motherly nurture of having Pastor LaFran to oversee what we do. We also look to impact young people, young women's lives again in more ways than just one. Through the retreats that we have and in connection with defining daughters, it gives us an opportunity to not only impact their lives through the word, but also through example with all that we do. And LaFran is absolutely a wonderful example of a passionate mother and a virtuous woman. So we have something to look up to and a big, set of shoes to fill as far as teaching young women how to be virtuous and how to live holy and live right. So it's a great opportunity, and I appreciate the opportunity to actually be a part.
Wonderful. And this is extra special because you have a daughter that's in the age bracket that will be able to participate in the debutante.
Absolutely. And also her relationship with Pastor Latrice, that impacted it as well. It gives us a chance to give my daughter, by being so close to her, to show what she's already gotten or what's already been instilled in her. We get to see that, but not only that, it gets to open her eyes wider to the new ventures that Pastor LaFran hopes to bring forth.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. And since we mentioned Defining Daughters, one of the original Defining Daughters is with us. Sister Tania King, are you with us? Tania.
I don't believe that she's gotten on as of yet.
Okay, no problem. And so we're going to run to Yvette Wingfield Woodley, Executive Secretary, helping to pull all of this together. Share a little bit about what a mother's love means for you.
Well, thank you again, Sharvette, for having us and giving us the opportunity to be able to just share some of the goals and some of the things that we have set forth for this ministry to touch the lives of young women. I met Pastor Latrice Crawley and Pastor LaFran Rayner at the exact same time. And Pastor Rayner and I were both co-administrators for a church ministry, and we just clicked instantaneously. Latrice and I were both born in January, and we're 10 years apart almost to the day, and we clicked. And so Mama LaFran just accepted me as most people as one of her daughters. And so the relationship just continued to grow and grow and grow and grow. So, of course, after the passing of Latrice, she shared her vision and stated that this is what she wanted to do. This is what God mandated for her to go out and do. And, of course, I accepted the challenge to say, sure, we will do whatever it is that the Lord has told you to do. You have help. And so, my purpose is to just pull things together, oversee whatever is necessary to make sure that we cross every T and dot every I, so that every event that we do have planned will go forth in the spirit of excellence, which is what we also want to make sure we teach our young ladies. We want to make sure we're teaching them everything in the spirit excellence. And so defining daughters, I don't have a daughter, I have sons, but I understand just the mandate that we as parents have to make sure we are nurturing and rearing our young people for such a time as this.
Absolutely, absolutely. We are in agreement with you on that. All right, so Pastor LaFran, tell us about the whole weekend of events that you all have planned.
The whole weekend event is going to start on Friday, November 11th at 7 p.m. with Pastor Joy Dorr, an awesome, dynamic woman of God from North Carolina, and she is going to be bringing forth the word. She has a great service that she has planned, and the theme for that night at 7 p.m. is going to be tutus and T-shirts. Church Girl Tees was actually a brand that Pastor Corey came up with, so we're going to try to get some T-shirts that have her sayings on it, and we'll be wearing the tutus and T-shirts. We will also have our sponsor, Clarice Gerald Hall from Durham, North Carolina. She will be our sponsor and ministering us in song. And then Saturday is going to be the great day. It's going to be our Diva Cotillion. And Diva actually stands for Divining Inward Virtues and Attributes, and it's called A Night of Elegance and Grace. So we'll have debutantes. We'll have junior debutantes, ages 11 through 13, and we'll have the Diva debutantes, ages 14 to 18. And they will be, up until November, they will be attending classes. I'll let my daughter, Yvette, give you some of the classes and what we have planned for them. They'll be handing classes up to them. They'll be being scored on their participation, their attendance, their professionalism, their attitude, their leadership skills. All the facilitators will actually have a scoring pad. They will score them on that. They will fold it up, put it in an envelope, and we will hand them over to the judges so they will use that plus the question that they will answer at the pageant, and also will add up their patrons and their sponsors, and the judges will come to a decision. We will have a Diva debutante that will be crowned, and we'll have a junior Diva debutante, and in each category we'll have a runner-up. And the prizes are going to be phenomenal. So they'll be doing that on Saturday. It is a formal cotillion, so the girls will be all in white. All of our committee members and the planning committee, we will be in formal attire. The gentlemen will be in formal attire, and it's just going to be awesome. We know that Pastor Chloe was a diva. That's where we got it from.
Yes.
And I believe she got it from my mother, my grandmother, from me, and we're going to keep that tradition going. So we want them to understand that they are beauty, and we have beauty from ashes. So we just want them to know that they are important. They are God's children. They are God's daughters, and they should be acknowledged, and they should be brought out. We should be able to introduce them to society as productive young ladies and women of God. And then on Sunday, we will close out with a service at 12 noon with Pastor Jessica Jones. She's a youth pastor from Lawrenceville, Virginia. And when Pastor Corley had Greater Praise Fellowship, she visited us a lot, and she gave dynamic words. So we're going to have an awesome time in the Lord, and we're also going to have fun. And I'm just going to love on the girls and let them know that they're not alone, that we've all encountered some things. But through nurturing, whether we missed the nurturing, whether it be that we lost our parents and they've gone on to be with the Lord, or we didn't have that connection with them and we desired them to nurture us and we had to go to others. Like I have now two godmothers that actually stand in the gap for my mom. Even at 58, I still need that mother's nurture and that mother's love. So I have my godmother, Miss Ethel Davis, and my godmother, Miss Brenda Jones, that actually nurture me, and they keep me grounded. And then I have my children. I have LaShawn and Yvette and all the rest of them, and Belinda and so many of them, because I had been prophesied to that I would be, and I would be a mother, and I would have a lot of daughters. So now with a mother's love, it has come to fruition what God has had for me and my purpose.
Phenomenal. So I want to make sure the listeners hear the formal cotillion. What's the date and time for that part?
The formal cotillion is going to be on Saturday, November 12th at 5 p.m. And it's going to be at the Quality Inn and Suite at 3500 West Broad Street. That's across from TV6 in Richmond, Virginia. We also have rooms that those that can call in and reserve their own rooms. The rooms are at $79 a night. And we also will be having vendors and different things going on during the services and at the cotillion. It's going to be catered. They will have professional catering done by Brenda Jones, who has her own catering service. So it's going to be very, very enlightening and interesting. And most of all, we're going to be giving God all the glory.
All right. And so if there's someone listening saying, oh, my goodness, I would love for my daughter to do this. And hey, Mom, hey, sister, my mom's listening and my sister's listening. And my mom will remember that I wanted to be a debutante. And I never was a debutante. But, that's okay. God is good to us. But she'll remember that I wanted to. But their fees and all that were really, really high at the time. But if there's someone listening and they're saying, oh, I want my daughter to experience this, what's the registration? What's the application? How do they get involved?
Okay, there is no application fee. There is no registration fee. We are offering this for our participants at no cost to these young ladies. We want to be a blessing to their life, not try to drain their parents, like you say, of being debutantes in some of the other society events. It's very, very costly, almost $1,000.
Yes.
So we're not asking anything from these young ladies, from these parents. We ask that each young lady have a relationship with Christ, a C+ or better grade point average, that they be involved in their church, in their community, and in their school. They have some type of educational or life plan already in progress, or at least have some aspirations of what they would like to be when they grow up. We ask that they have a talent. We also have, this year we're going to be instilling an honor contract and a purity contract, because we want to let our young ladies know that we not just want to present them to the society, but we want to present them as their bodies as a living sacrifice. We want them to be pure. We want them to understand that holiness is right and, that it's righteous. So we're going to tap into, though, not just the fun part, too. We want to make sure that we're instilling the biblical principles that God has set and ordained for our lives. So we added that purity piece into that. And so we have some training that we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing etiquette and stance, of course. We're going to be doing administration, teaching them soft skills, people skills, things of that nature that can assist them, the older girls, as they go out into the workforce. So we want to teach them how to be ready to be able to acquire the jobs and the things that they want to do. We want to talk about, we're going to have a class on relationships, and that will be age appropriate. Since we do have younger girls, that class will be based on we will introduce the younger girls, but for the older girls, we will try to teach them the proper way to enter and have relationships with all people, not just men, but have relationships with everybody that they come in contact with, teaching them respect, teaching them loyalty, teaching them the types of things that they will need in order to grow up and be virtuous women of their own. And so these are just a few, and we will also have a piece on education because, of course, we want to definitely mind our young ladies that education is key in this day and time, and we want to encourage them to further their education, to be studious even now in the activities that they participate in now. So those are just a few things that we already have set in place. Of course, as more as we continue to plan and we get more ideas. We'll add things if needed, but those are the key components of the things that we want these young ladies to walk away from this cotillion with, instilled in them once they're presented to society.
Can I just say, wow? Okay, first of all, you said this just a few things. That's a whole lot. What a well-rounded program. Oh my goodness. Okay, so who do they contact to get in? Who are they contacting? Where do they go to be a part of this?
They can go on Facebook, because our Mother's Love does have their own Facebook page, and we have a dynamic young lady who actually is a data thorough who will actually be in charge of our marketing, and she'll be updating our page and putting the events on the page and the dates and time of the classes. And she will be posting anything that is pertinent to this. Right now, what it's on is a Mother's Love flyer that has the information and time, but we will be updating that. And also, we need to let persons know, I know Yvette did say there's no charge. There is no charge. All we're asking is that the young ladies that are participating, that they each be responsible for 5 tickets. The tickets to the cotillion for Saturday, and anyone is welcome, is $25. So you can either go on Facebook and let us know that you're interested. Also, we will post the names and numbers, and we also have an email address right now that they can send they can send us emails and contact us if people want to be patrons. We're looking for sponsors. We're looking for those that will actually contribute to us. Dr. Ben actually will go more into that. We need volunteers. So everything will be posted on Facebook. And if anybody's listening, the email address to contact us is WOW, and that was for my ministry that is under Walking on Water, amllove@gmail.com. And also, we will post the numbers for that you can get in touch with those of us with.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. And Pastor Stefan, let me get you to come into this as the only gentleman on here. We want to make sure you can get some words in. But tell us how, those that may be saying, well, I don't have a daughter, but I would like to support, or have a business, just other type of volunteer activities or sponsorships that are available.
Sure thing. Thank you for having me. Thank you for allowing me to speak. We also have patrons who can come. They can donate. They can buy a page in the books. I think the page is $100 for a full page. It's going to be $75 for a quarter page, $50 for a half a page, and $25 for a quarter page. So we will have that patron book also. So we encourage those who knew Latrice or who just wanted to support to go ahead and reach out. Again, it's fully for the young lady, no profit to us. We just want to pour into the lives of the young lady.
All right,
okay,
wonderful.
Yes. I'm sorry. I just wanted Pastor Stefan to go into the export part of the cotillion for the gentlemen, because Pastor Ben came in. He is basically my son. And when we were sharing that, God hadn't allowed us to talk for a long time, but this one day when God had made the vision clear, I called him and we actually were available to talk. And we were talking about the young ladies and screening for the young ladies. So Pastor Ben said to me, well, if we're screening for the young lady, y'all screening for the young lady, we should have a screening for the gentlemen. So we were actually talking today, me and Yvette and one of the other committee members, and we were saying that how were the men going to be judged? Because the older girls are allowed to pick their own escort. But the younger girls, because Latrice and I were so adamant about relationships and girls knowing themselves, that we decided that there's no relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, that we would actually allow their fathers, them to be escorted by their fathers. But Pastor Benz and my brother-in-law, Elder Murray, Mr. Marcus Moore, which is one of Pastor Crowley's young men from our ministry, and also her godson, Keontae Rollins and Nori DeCosta, they actually will be screening the gentlemen. So if Pastor Ben will let you know what they'll be looking for in them, I would greatly appreciate it.
Sure thing. We're not looking for much different than we're looking for from the young ladies. We want to make sure that these gentlemen have a relationship with Christ, that they understand the value of a woman, how to treat a woman, a woman's worth. Pastor Crawley actually helped me birth a conference that I do for young people in different places. It's a little-known conference, but I birthed my own True Love Wait, where I go in and I tell young people about waiting and about looking for the right man, about looking for the right woman. And we want to make sure that our young ladies just don't bring anybody, that you have value in who you're seeing with, that you take value in who's on your arm, and that you're representing yourself with a man who believes in God just as much as you. Because if he doesn't believe in God, if he doesn't love God, he can't properly love you yet. So we want to make sure that our young men that are escorting our young ladies have these godly values, that same godly values that we're looking for in these young women, and that they're raising the standards in the men that they're looking for.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm so glad that you added that component and that you all are being definitely intentional about the young men that will be participating, so they won't just come with a nice tux on to escort the ladies. Wonderful. All right. So I want to hear actually, Minister LaShawn, with your daughter being a part of it, was this something that you said, okay, you're going to do this, or did she hear about it and say, okay, Mom, this sounds cool, I'm looking forward to it? Which one was it?
Well, to be perfectly honest, it was more of something where it was, Mommy said, I have to do it. I'm going to have to do it. The reason behind it is because the generation that my daughter is in, they're very laid back, and their life really consists of being on their phone, being on the computer, doing as little as possible. But the parents aspect of it, for parents that I'm connected with, we want to open our children's eyes to more than just going to church on Sunday morning, not being a participant, or going to school and coming home and having no other extracurricular activities. Your mind hasn't been opened. There's no horizon. We want to open their eyes to something different in life, that you can be anything you want to be. You can do anything you want to do, and it doesn't always consist of being just the average cheerleader or being just the average, lazy bone. We want to enlighten our children and give them encounters where, my aspect of it was, I want you to try it, and even if you don't like it, just say it's something that you tried and that you did it. Because if you never try anything, it never opens your eyes to being able to do something more than just text your friends, or more than just being on social media, or more than just going to church and being on the third row of the choir where nobody ever sees you. This pushes them out to try different things and to make them do something. It makes you do something different that's outside of the norm. So for me, this time it was, Mommy said you have to do it because you're not in any extracurricular activities in school. And that's, for whatever reason, but, you're going into high school, so I want you to get used to stepping out into new horizons, doing something different that's not like the norm, not being like the Joneses. You don't have to be like your friends and do what they do. How about you be the example this time? Let's teach you to be the leader and not a follower. So, yeah, I told her she had to do it, but I do believe that even in pushing her out, it'll open her eyes and make her want to experiment even more in different things because, kids do everything they want to do. We can go to skate parties and we can go to bowling parties. We can do all of this other stuff. But what are you doing to better yourself? And what are you doing to impact your own life to come out with something other than a souvenir or, just a prize of I had fun? So, yeah, Mommy made her do it this time, but I really believe it will impact her in a way where even when she get back to our church at New Jerusalem, she can go back and say, hey, I tried this. You guys might like it. Or this is what I got out of it. It makes me
going to be so excited. Like later, even if she don't get it, she's going to get it by the time the cotillion. But even beyond that, she's going to be so grateful looking back on life because really, we don't have. You could probably count on one hand how often you get to dress up. Most adults. And I know all of the little fall stuff at school. They dressing way up. We didn't do all of that. We had like the prom, and that was your prom, your wedding.
Even
maybe
in
company
that,
Christmas
we had
party.
to have ours. Exactly. And half of that you weren't
Amen.
even allowed to do. So it gives them a chance to be around, like-minded people and not have to, even when you go to the 8th grade dance nowadays, there is no standard. There is no, there's nothing to uphold when you get there. This teaches them to be able to uphold a standard, because if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And that's what we want to teach our young women. You have to stand for something no matter where you are, no matter what type of environment you go into. We want you to be the leader and not the follower. So that's what we're going to do.
Absolutely. Okay. Oh my goodness, time flew by. Pastor LaFran, we I am out of time, but can you just recap for the listeners about Mother's Love, the dates, the location, the Facebook page that they can kind of get more information on?
Sure. The festivities will start on November 11th, this Friday, at 7 p.m. We will be having service at the Quality Inn and Suites at 3200 West Broad Street in Richmond, Virginia, with the Force Farm WCR 6 studio. And that will be our kickoff. And our guest speaker will be Pastor Joy Thorpe from North Carolina, and our psalmist will be Mrs. Clarice Gerald Hall. She's an awesome woman of God, and she ministers to us in song. Saturday will be the kickoff. It will be the big shindig. It will be the Diva Cotillion, which is formal for everyone, the participants and those that will be coming into fellowship with us. We'll be having a live band. We will be having a DJ. As a matter of fact, one Pastor Corley's godson will actually be our guest DJ. We'll have a live band. We're having the food catered. We're going to have, we might even have a time for a little fashion show from London Ruffin with London Couture. He will be actually joining with us to do a clothing line for our Mother's Love in honor of Pastor Corley. So he'll be there. We're going to have vendors. It's going to be awesome. And then Sunday we will be closing out with service at 12 noon with Pastor Jessica Jones from Lawrenceville, Virginia. She's a youth pastor. All of Pastor Corley's children from Good Praise Fellowship, they were the ones that picked the speaker because she was dynamic and awesome. I want everybody to know that the application can be acquired. We will put it online. Our executive secretary, if you have any questions, her name is Yvette Wingfield. We will make sure that you have her phone number and email address. And we also have PayPal. If you want to be a patron, if you want to purchase an ad, you can go to the PayPal and you can email us and pay for it online. We have the souvenir journal that's being done by Deaconess Selena Caban of Union Outreach Fellowship in Farmville, Virginia. So that will be something that you'll be able to take home. We'll be selling T-shirts. And also, we want everybody to know that the girls have to be in pure white. They will have white gowns, white gloves. They will have their tiaras with their pastor's hats, and they will have corsages, which we will provide. Also, I wanted everyone to know the criteria for the girls, which is they have to have a relationship with God. Pastor Corley was adamant, and I'm adamant about my relationship with God. They have to have a C+, better grade average. They have to have some sort of service or be involved in their church, their community, or their school, their educational life plan and talent. We're going to be having classes that they're going to participate in, and you will have further information, dates and times and place for that. We'll talk about how they're being judged. It's just going to be awesome. But I want everyone to know that you can go on Facebook to our page, Our Mother's Love. If you want to email us and get further information, you can email us at wowamllove@gmail.com. I want you all to know that all the proceeds are going to go to Fund Defining Daughters of 2017. They will be having their educational weekend, and Minister LaShawn Tyler was actually one of the original sponsors that went on exports that went with them, so she knows more about that, so you can reach out to her. And then also in 2017, we'll be having When Women Cry, which is Pastor Corley's baby, that she has weekend of November 11th. Every year going forward, A Mother's Love will be doing this cotillion. So I appreciate you having us tonight, Sharvette. Anyone that wants any information, you can get in touch with any of us. Also, I want to thank God for our gracious host, Sharvette Mitchell, who is also going to be our commentator and one of our judges. I want everybody from A Mother's Love just to love on her and let her know how much we appreciate her.
We appreciate you, Sharvette. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. It's been fun. It's been fun hanging out with you guys. So thank you so much for stopping by the show, and I will be seeing you guys with all of the activities. All right. Listeners, it is a wrap for today. Thank you so much for checking us out. Make sure you go to Sharvette.com to see upcoming shows. Download our mobile app. Just look for Sharvette in your mobile app store. We appreciate you guys, and we will be talking to you later. Oh, and follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Sharvette, and connect on Facebook, facebook.com/Sharvette.
Live from Richmond, Virginia, you've been listening to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Get Sharvette Mitchell every Tuesday at 6 p.m., interviewing all the stars you want to hear from. So until next week, stay motivated, excited, and influenced. This is the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show.